In our last video, you were introduced to the pre-writing process. For this one, we're going to look at a few of those parts a little more closely, specifically brainstorming and turning your brainstorms into evidence and a thesis. Now, I'm sure you all remember from last time, but let's review anyway the 3 steps of the pre-writing process. Step 1, get a topic. Step 2, brainstorm. And 3, make your choices from your brainstorm and fill out your outline. And that's the 2 and 3 are where we're going to focus for this video. So we have a topic. Who would win in a fight, Batman or Superman? Now this topic is big, and that means there's a lot of information surrounding it, and it's open-ended, which means there's no right or wrong answer. There's basically, there's a lot I could say about this topic. But what am I actually going to say in my paragraph? For that, I'm going to have to brainstorm and make some choices. Brainstorming is all about getting all of your ideas on paper, even the not-so-good ones. The goal is to make a graphic organizer about everything you know about a topic. This could be a list, a T-chart, a Venn diagram, a word web, something like that. If you remember from last time, we made a T-chart with a column for Batman and a column for Superman. And here it is. This time, I took the time to fill out the chart much more thoroughly. This is much more accurate to what you are going to do. Let's take a few moments to look at the list. Let's see here. So we have the cities that the superheroes live in, their jobs, secret identities, and some characteristics. Okay. Well, let's read them carefully. There's a lot of information on this chart, and not all of it, as you notice, is relevant to our topic, which, again, what is our topic? That's right. Who would win in a fight? So since that's the case, I have to pick out the best evidence from the list, and I think a good way to do this is to put a star next to it. So let's see. I'm going to put a star next to this one. That seems relevant. This one seems relevant. So does this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Okay. What about Batman? Let's see. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Now, hopefully you picked out these relevant pieces of information too, so this isn't a surprise to you. But if it is, that was okay. That's okay. Notice I'm choosing the information that is most relevant to what would some evidence that I would need in case these superheroes got into a fight, which again is our topic. So now that we have our brainstorms together, we have to make some choices and turn those choices into evidence and a thesis. So now that we've made the stars on the other page, we've selected the most important evidence, it's time to put it on the outline. So let's do just that. Now, you do not have to fill the outline in order. In fact, sometimes it's a lot easier to get all your evidence together first before you make your thesis. You can use your evidence to give you a better idea of what your thesis can be. So let's start like that. We have to make choices. So I'm going to choose my 3 best pieces of evidence that I think from my list. So what is my best piece of evidence? Let's start here. The first thing I'm going to add to my list is super strength. So that's the first thing. Let's see what the next piece of evidence I'm going to go for is. Do you think you have a prediction? Let's find out. Next on the list is faster than a speeding bullet. All right, maybe you're seeing a pattern with this evidence, which is good. You should have a pattern with your evidence. This is planning ahead. Let's see if you can predict the third piece of evidence that I'm going to select. If you selected X-ray vision, eye lasers, and freezing breath, then you are correct. So, I have these 3 pieces of evidence. What does it sound like my thesis is going to be? Who do I think is going to win in a fight? It's pretty obvious. I think that Superman would win in a fight against Batman, but that's an incomplete thesis. Superman would win is a good thesis, but it's not a great thesis. A good thesis would be something like this. I would say that Superman would win in a fight with Batman because he has many more superpowers. And that's how I've turned my brainstorms into evidence, and then my evidence into a thesis. Now, the process by which I chose my thesis is a little bit more complicated, but that's okay because we're going to go over that in the next video, so I'll see you there.